Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today we're making Çılbır. I like to eat it for breakfast. It's a Turkish egg dish, basically. It's a yogurt base, and then you put a poached egg on top of that, and you have a nice Pul Biber Butter. So that's what we're going to make today. But before we have a look at the ingredients, please do me the favor. If you're not supporting the channel yet, please do so by clicking the subscribe button and checking that bell icon so that you get notifications. The notifications go out once a week when a new episode comes online, just as a reminder to check it out. But now let's have a look at this. It's not that many ingredients. We have our yogurt, a high fat content yogurt. The closest you can find easily here is like a Greek yogurt. It's an 8% yogurt. We have some butter. We have some dried peppermint leaves. It's basically peppermint tea. That's just to go on top. We're going to make it a bit smaller. We have some Sumac. That's also going to go on top. For the Pul Biber Butter, we obviously have Pul Biber or Aleppo pepper. And we have some salt. We have some garlic that goes into the yogurt. We'll add some more salt to the yogurt. And we have our egg. Now, classically, Çılbır is made with poached egg. But I'm probably successful 30% of the time when I poach eggs. And I don't necessarily enjoy the texture of it. So we're making it with an onsen egg. So onsen tamago. Now that's a kind of Japanese boiled egg. Onsen are these springs, and it's basically boiled at a low temperature for quite a long time. So I'm lucky I have a steamer. So this has been in for 55 minutes at 65 degrees. And that for me is the perfect consistency. You'll see it afterwards when I crack it. I'm not going to show you how I did it because there's nothing to show. I put the egg in there, waited 55 minutes, and then it was done. So I prefer to do this with onsen eggs. But first of all, let's start with the Pul Biber butter. And making Pul Biber butter couldn't be easier. You just add this to your butter, put the butter on the stove, you turn it on, you melt the butter, and then we'll strain it. So I'll show you once the butter is melted and we go to the straining. Our yogurt, so we'll do this while the butter is melting. We have our yogurt, 2 cloves of garlic. Just grate them up, or press them, or chop them finely, whatever you prefer. I prefer them grated. Careful with your fingers. Now you can do this without garlic as well if you don't like garlic. It's not a necessity, but if you like it, it's kind of nice to have. Then we just scrape the garlic into the yogurt. We add a good pinch of salt, 2. And we'll leave the salt here, maybe we'll need more. And I will just mix this up. Make sure that you mix it well. We'll give this a little try. It's pretty good, but we'll add another pinch of salt. That should do the trick. Just mix this in. Try it again. Perfect. So we're still waiting for our butter. And while we wait for the butter, I can also show you. I just buy basically peppermint tea, and then I do this to it. Break it up into really small pieces. I think that's the easiest way of kind of handling this. And it gives a really wonderful flavor when you just sprinkle this on top of your dish. So, our peppermint is ready as well. Still waiting for the butter. Now you just want it to also be hot for a while so that you get all that flavor out of the Pul Biber. So it's all melted, but I keep it on the stove. And you also want to try it to make sure you have enough Pul Biber in there. That's perfect. And enough salt. Obviously, you can also take salted butter, makes it a bit easier. You can save the salt part. So this is ready now. We have our strainer. Just make sure that we strain it all through. Now you could do this through like a cheesecloth as well if you really want to get everything out, but I'm not too worried about it. I see wonderful kind of orangey color. I'll give it a look. Perfect. So we have our oil. We will let it cool a little bit. We don't want it to be too hot. And yeah, basically we have everything to serve up. We just need to wait for this to cool a bit. So I'll see you in maybe 10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes. Yeah, it's cooled down enough. But before we plate this up, if you're stuck with me this far, I'll put this down because you know what's going to come now if you follow the channel. There must have been something you enjoyed about this. So please do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button. It's just down there. Just takes a click. And it really helps me to get my content out there in the YouTube universe. But now let's plate it up. We start with the yogurt. A decent amount. Now, you can make this family style, serve it on a big platter, lots of yogurt, couple of eggs on there, but I'm just going to make one portion. And now for the onsen egg. Get that nicely in the middle. Now with the 55 minutes, I've tried from 50 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes. And this for me is the perfect texture on the yolk. The white won't change that much between 50 and whatever over 1 hour, but the yolk does. It becomes more waxy the longer you keep it in. So once we cut through this, you'll see it's quite runny still. And I really enjoyed that texture for this dish because you want the egg yolk to kind of mix out over the yogurt. Now our Pul Biber Butter. Don't be shy. It needs a lot. At least I think so. And last but not least, our peppermint. And our Sumac. Now doesn't that look like something you just want to dig into? I promise you, if you haven't had this yet, you need to try this dish. But now, let's dig in. Now, yes, you could try to eat this with, I don't know, knife and fork. But what fun would that be? So let's check out the yolk. It's a little bit waxy, but very runny still. So the longer you make it, as I said, the firmer the texture of this yolk would be. It will still be waxy, just a firmer wax. This is fantastic. This with some nice easy flatbread or something like that to also scoop it up on. For me and also for my family, a lazy Sunday, like a Sunday brunch or whatever, this is a perfect dish for it. It's comforting. It's not too heavy, although it looks really heavy. I mean, it's yogurt in the end, so. And the mint just gives it a really kind of refreshing taste. And obviously you have the heat there from the Pul Biber. I have a bit of a kick from the garlic. It's just texture galore and taste galore. But I will finish this alone now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, please support the channel, subscribe, bell icon, and the like button. And leave a comment. I enjoy comments. They normally warm my heart, even if they're negative, because it shows that you care. So leave me a comment, please. But that's it for today. Take care. Bye-bye.